Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. When Trapper John M.D. debuted in 1979, it looked like pure gold, a spin-off of one of the greatest TV shows ever made, MASH. But something didn't quite line up. In that new series, the character Trapper John McIntyre wasn't played by Wayne Rogers, the actor who had made the role his own on the television series. Instead, the role went to Pernell Roberts. So what gives? Why wasn't Wayne Rogers included? Turns out it's a wild mashup of creative frustration, contract oddities, and a legal technicality that changed everything. Let's break it down. MASH originated as a novel in 1968, written by author Richard Hooker, who based the books upon his time as an army surgeon during the Korean conflict. Then, in 1970, the film adaptation of the novel was released. It starred Donald Sutherland as Hawkeye Pierce and Elliot Gould as Trapper John McIntyre, and was directed by Robert Altman. Now, for those who've never seen the film, you should know that Robert Altman's unique film style makes the movie quite different from what we all know as the MASH television series. Then, in 1972, the television adaptation of the same Richard Hooker novel debuted. In this adaptation, Wayne Rogers starred as Trapper John McIntyre, the sharp-tongued surgeon who pairs off with Alan Alda's Hawkeye Pierce. Right from the start, Wayne Rogers believed he had signed on for an ensemble show, a team effort, but as the first 3 seasons unfolded, he began to sense a shift. Hawkeye was clearly becoming the dominant character while his own role was flattening out. According to an article on the website Distractify, Rogers was displeased by the direction the show's writers were taking his character. And here's the kicker. Unlike almost every major actor in a hit television show, Wayne Rogers had never actually signed a formal contract for his role on the series. Yep, no binding contract. He went to work, he did the episodes, but when the chance came to lock him in, nothing was signed. When his dissatisfaction peaked after season 3, he simply walked away. And because there was no contract, the studio couldn't force him to stay. So what happened when he left? Well, the producers didn't see it coming. While many assume major stars are locked in for seasons, the lack of a contract left them high and dry. Rogers wasn't fired, he just resigned. The show then wrote him out. His character essentially got discharged and moved on, while the show replaced him with Mike Farrell's B.J. Honeycutt. It was unusual, and it set the stage for an even odder spin-off situation. Fast forward to 1979. CBS greenlights Trapper John M.D., a medical drama set years after the war, with Pernell Roberts as an older Trapper John, now head of surgery at San Francisco Hospital. The show ran for 7 seasons. On paper, it feels like a direct extension of MASH, but the producers insisted that it was not a spin-off of the TV show. Instead, they said it was inspired by the 1970 film instead. Now wait, how is that possible? This is where the confusion and the legal gymnastics get really interesting. According to Screen Rant, even though the pilot of Trapper John M.D. includes clips and references from the TV show, even a dream sequence showing Rogers and Hawkeye's photo, the court found that legally the show was derived from the film, not the series. In other words, the producers argued that by basing it on the film's character, they avoided paying royalties or dealing with the rights holders of the TV show. Crazy, right? And apparently Wayne Rogers was even offered the role of Trapper John in the new series, but he declined. I believe there are a few reasons Wayne Rogers didn't come back. First, creatively, I think he was done at that point. He'd already grown frustrated with how his role was being handled on the original show. Secondly, professionally, he had moved on. After leaving MASH, he had explored other roles, but he didn't want to be stuck playing the Doctor forever. And third, legally, he wasn't connected to the new show because Trapper John M.D. was officially based on the film version. His link to the character via the TV series didn't give him any rights. And last but not least, there was the unsigned contract from his original exit, a reminder that sometimes not signing could give surprising freedom. With Wayne out, the character was recast for Trapper John M.D. Pernell Roberts, familiar to TV audiences from Bonanza, took the mantle. Roberts brought a different energy, grizzled, more mature, less of the youthful hijinks of the earlier Trapper. For the show's new audience, that was fine, but for longtime MASH fans, the transition felt a little off, because the actor, the timeline, and the DNA of the character had shifted. Trapper John M.D. ran for a full 7 seasons from 1979 through 1986 and had its own strong following of fans. It carried forward the mix of compassion, humor, and medical drama that the original series excelled at, even though it wasn't directly tied to it. Wayne Rogers remained proud of his time on MASH, but his story is unique, leaving a hit show with no signed contract, stepping away from the role he once defined. It shows that sometimes leaving on your own terms can be more powerful than staying for the long haul. So there you go. That's the story of why Wayne Rogers didn't star in Trapper John M.D., a blend of creative principle, legal technicalities, and one of the most unusual contract situations in TV history. A story where freedom came from not signing your name, and a spin-off that wasn't technically a spin-off. Now here's one last picture of Wayne Rogers and Barbara Eden from the 1985 TV movie I Dream of Jeannie, 15 years later. Now if you grew up watching MASH, or remember Trapper John M.D. in syndication, I would love to hear your memories in the comments. Which version of Trapper John do you remember most? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic TV deep dives, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and have a great day.